All right. Back to Representative Hollins. I won't interrupt you this time. I'm sorry. Joy and I got a little confused about the difference between 2574 and 2585. So I'm going to move that House File 2574 be laid over for possible inclusion in the 2025 tax bill. Representative Hollins, back to you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, committee. Okay, you're gonna know the difference between the last one and this one, 'cause this is a difference. You're gonna like this.
She's rolling up her sleeves. Everybody get ready.
As I shared in my previous bill and what you heard from Representative Jones, that was special laws for the city of Minneapolis, which was similar to my bill. So this bill would allow general redevelopment TIF law changes citywide to the cities of St. Paul and Minneapolis. This is based on a bill that came before folks last year, which was for the entire state of Minnesota. We have narrowed it considerably to just it's still big, but narrowed it considerably to St. Paul and Minneapolis. I saw the eyebrows. Redevelopment tax increment finance districts can only be established when blight is found in the area and when the districts are established. This bill would expand that definition of blight to include vacant or underused properties in the cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. On line 2.5 of the bill, it adds a section 5 to general law statute that an additional condition may be used to establish a redevelopment TIF district. The property consists of vacant, unused, underused, inappropriately used, or infrequently used property intended or recently occupied for commercial or industrial purposes in Minneapolis or St. Paul. Any redevelopment districts established under this criterion would be exempt from complying with certain information usually required from the city prior to creating the district, and the original net tax capacity would equal the value of the land for parcel containing commercial or industrial buildings determined to be vacant or underused. In case folks are wondering where that definition came from, of the definition of inappropriately used or infrequently used, it came from the existing redevelopment TIF statute 469.174, subdivision 10, subsection, subdivision 10, A2, the property consists of vacant, unused, or underused, inappropriately used, or infrequently used rail yards, rail storage facilities, or excessive or vacated railroad rights-of-way. This general law change will help all of us to address more housing citywide activation, unsheltered support, and public safety to lift up what we have to offer. Meanwhile, showcasing that St. Paul and Minneapolis are vibrant destinations for visitors with opportunities for business. Transforming underutilized plots of land into housing, parks, and increased public usage in the city of St. Paul is key more than ever in the housing crisis we're in. When we invest in our people, they invest in us in return. Despite the challenges of what's next, we're optimistic about the opportunity to rebuild downtown, rejuvenate Grand Avenue, and build new housing on the east side. For examples of what have a city that belongs to everybody, and we're hoping to fill the donut hole using more innovative economic strategy than what's been done in the past. I would now like to turn it over once again to my testifier, Nicole Newton, from the Planning and Economic Development Director in the City of St. Paul.
Thank you, Representative Hollins. Back to you, Ms. Newton.
Thank you, Madam Chair, committee members. Again, I'm Nicole Newton. I'm the Director of Planning and Economic Development with the City of St. Paul. Much of what I said before really regarding TIF applies, but I'll say in this case, it's just to build on what Representative Hollins said. You know, times have changed, uses have changed, needs have changed. We have structures that used to do one thing that need to do something else now. And they may not be in horrible condition, they're just obsolete. They're no longer useful for the original use intended. So I think it's just allowing that flexibility to look at a building and say, this no longer functions as a commercial or industrial purpose, but it's still something that we could convert into a use that is productive, and we need to have that flexibility to be able to do that without the typical blight findings that the building be substandard and just not usable. Maybe it is usable, it's just obsolete. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are there any member questions or discussion on 2574? All right, not seeing any. Representative Hollins, any final thoughts?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, committee members, for your consideration. I hope that we will be considered in the inclusion of your big bill.
We'll workshop the name. All right, with that, I will renew my motion that House File 2574 be laid over for possible inclusion in our 2025 big bill. With that, it is laid over.